Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in number 782, we're going to take a break from AFR. We are going back to Commander 2014. That's right, about 7 years in the past here, which seems about right for Teferi. Temporal Archmage, we got Teferi, and the last line here says Teferi Temporal Archmage can be your commander. There's a few, what is there, 12? 12 commanders that can, or 12 planeswalkers that can be. And I've had Teferi in the box for quite a while now. As I, let's read it. So +1, we start off with 5. You look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one in your hand, the other in the bottom. Okay. -1, untap up to 4 permanents. That's strong. -10, you get an emblem with you may activate loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control on any player's turn at any time you could cast an instant. That is very strong. But here's the thing. When this was printed, there was this and some Jaces. Meh. So I started throwing in as I come across blue planeswalkers, just threw it in the box, And then Adventures of the Forgotten Realm got me the last one, and it got my planeswalker count up to 13, which I figured was enough. And that was kindly donated by a good friend of mine, Mr. Jim, to Mordekainen. So I guess we'll go through the planeswalkers first, since we are there. We have, of course, our original Jace Beleren, Jace Mirror Mage, Jace Cunning Castaway. Let's get all these Jaces out of the way. Architect of Thought, Ingenious Mind Mage. Yeah, that's enough Jaces. I do have Narset. It is a blue planeswalker deck. It's not, we're not trying to do anything nefarious with Narset like Wheeling or whatnot, but it's a blue planeswalker deck, right? We have Karn the Great Creator. I know his -2 technically does not work in Commander, but to my local player, the +1's fine, right? And activated abilities of your artifacts, your opponent's control can't be activated. That is pretty good anyway. They can't tap rocks for mana. Beautiful. But I don't plan on doing the Karn -2. But you know what? I'm not opposed to anybody that does. Sure, go ahead. Play it as written. I don't care. Kasmina, Enigmatic Mentor. Spells your opponent's cast. I love those walkers that have statics on them, right? Kind of like Teferi, Master of Time. We also have Ugin, the Ineffable, and Tezzeret, Cruel Machinist. I did put the dual decks Teferi Timeless Voyager in there. +1 draw cards, pretty solid, And then, of course, the quote-unquote 14th one is Spark Double, because you get to have 2 of something. That is quite beautiful. So, with that many planeswalkers, because the idea was to ultimate Teferi. And I was like, it starts at 5. I've got to keep this guy alive for 5 activations. Well, what if I didn't? I need some Proliferate. Now, I know I'm missing a few key Proliferate cards. The Engine, I'd love to have the Engine. But I do have the Clasp to Proliferate. We have the Throne of Geth when we get tired of, any artifact that we may have. Thrumming Bird is a decent Proliferator. Flux Channeler, non-creature spell Proliferate. We don't have a whole lot of creatures, so we'll be doing that. Viral Drake. I love this. 4 mana, Proliferate. Yeah, it's flying. I don't care. 4 mana, Proliferate. This is what I'm about. Inexorable Tide. Just play a spell. Proliferate. Sweet. And then Tezzeret's Gambit. Draw 2 cards, then Proliferate. And we can kind of cheat the cost there. So that got me thinking. I had the Rings of Brighthearth. Thank you, Commander Legends. It's just been chilling waiting for a deck. But then that got me thinking about, what about other things that I would like to proliferate? There's a part of me that loves Triskelion, y'all know that, and the ability to just proliferate the heck out of Triskelion is it's a fun time. But even some mana rocks, Everflowing Chalice is really good. Astral Cornucopia would be too. I didn't think about it till this moment, but Gemstone Array. You got to spend the mana, 2 mana one time and proliferate the counter for the red. Lux Cannon, pretty good removal, especially if you don't have to do it 4 turns. Because you tap 3 times to put charge counters on, and tap, and then destroy target permanent. So if you can just proliferate the heck out of this thing, it can get really good too. And then, gotta get there, Replicating Ring. So I got this in a game. I played it out on turn 2, and then I was there. I had 7 counters on it. My upkeep, it was going to go off. I was going to get I don't care if I lost at that point. I just wanted the ring to replicate. And a Vandal Blast or something like that happened, and I put Sadness on the stack. Yeah. Anyway, it is Teferi's deck, so I kind of thought about, Teferi's personal cards, from that dual deck, the Teferi's Wavecaster, because we can go search it up. Teferi's Protege, draw and discard. Teferi's Tutelage. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent mills 2. Teferi's Ageless Insight is, pretty decent. Double draws. And then, of course, the Teferi's Puzzle Box. I guess the Puzzle Box does work. Is kind of nefarious with Narset out. Didn't think about that. I put it in there because it's a Teferi deck, and I wanted to try to cram as much Teferi in my Teferi. If you like Teferi. Anyway. Mana rocks. We're going to start. It's not really a rock, but a high tide. We are in mono blue. I mean, it's just about a dark ritual for blue almost. We have Soul Ring, Sky Diamond, Armillary Sphere, Silver Mirror, Mannequin, Pristine Talisman, and Burnished Heart. Sorry, I bumped the mic there. A little bit of card draw with Folio of Fancies, Ponder, Court of Cunnings. It also kind of works to that mill thing there. There's a little bit of a side mill thing. I guess I could have put a Cacophony in here, but and then Prosperity. Okay, also kind of mean with man, it's just hard to play Narset honestly. Got to Fabricate because it's good. So maybe we need a rock. Maybe we need to go find Psychosis Crawler, because Teferi, all about drawing some cards, right? And then, of course, we have our body of knowledge. Power Tough equal number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size. Of course, it's dealt damage. You draw like many cards. No max hand size is the thing I really like. So, Wizard class, Library of Lang. Now, Library of Lang has a lot more uses than just giving you no max hand size. It's a beautiful card. And then Vincer's Journal. Get a little bit of life gain. Our removal is classic blue removal, Annul, Spell Pierce, Counterspell, Unsubstantiate, Spell Crumble, Rewind. Sublime Epiphany is just an amazing magic card. I know it costs 6. It is totally worth it. Rapid Hybridization for that spot removal. Wrong Turn. Now, I think this is the first time I put Wrong Turn in a deck. I don't remember. Anyway, I love this card. I don't remember talking about it. Target opponent gains control of target creature. That I love. You're going to give away somebody else's thing, probably that's attacking you. So whoever you've made a deal with, or hey, would you like to have a Rurik Thar or Karthus or whatever? Hey, he attacks me with it. I'm giving it away. Nevernal's Disc, just blanket panic button. And I like the Predator Flagship with enough mana. Now, this is probably a really great green card with the amount of ramp that green has, but the ability to just destroy target creature, you know, I mean, it's 7 mana to destroy target creature, but it's reusable. Which brings us to our non-basics. Of course, we're going to start off with the Karn's Bastion, because it's a proliferate land. The Reliquary Tower, because we really don't want a maximum hand size. Terrain Generator. I need to write a post-it note for this one. Forge of Heroes. A loyalty counter on it if it's a walker. There's some cycling lands, the Remote Owl, Desert of the Mindful, Halimar Depths, which, you know, ponder land, not bad. And then Mystic Sanctuary. I hear Mystic Sanctuary is a good card. But that's Teferi. Teferi has been in a box being built for years now. Literal years. Just because wanted to give it time to get enough blue Planeswalker so that it would actually matter and not be Teferi and 3 Jaces or whatever. So, and this may be one that every time there's a decent mono blue walker, may get updated. So, 782, and upside, this is an old box, so it is narrower. So maybe that'll help the cause. I do appreciate it. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut. I'm going to trim that beard right there. Yeah, we're going to shuffle and cut.